against Gambit or VP. And we said this yesterday on the stream, that realistically, it should be Gambit or VP, whoever wins that semifinal, to also win the grand final later on. But the door is always open. I mean, it always depends on daily form, and we've seen that during this tournament a couple of times. Sure, especially yesterday, kind of our favorites just kind of won. But that doesn't always have to happen, especially not when it's about a first place in a tournament.
We gotta be brutally honest here, and as you said already yesterday, we kind of laid out the brickwork. Honestly, FunPlus Phoenix, I think, is the only team amongst the three that were contending for the finals. In this case, Saw, Forza, and FunPlus Phoenix, that can contend or can go up against Gambit or VP and actually have a proper chance of winning. Anybody else, in my opinion, just won't be able to cut it, even if they've made it this far. And yeah, I know I'm a little bit of a, I'm going into the negative space here a little bit too much, but let's be fair, man. Gambit, VP, they're right now on fire. And honestly, if it wasn't the semifinal, it should have been the final between Gambit and VP. But, we'll leave those details for later. In any case, Tyler, I know what you're gonna say.
Well, I think you do, because of course it is still Saw up against FPX right now, and it is a team that, of course, with FPX they play kind of that normal style of CS within Europe, whilst Saw, yet again, we've kind of touched base on that a couple of times in the past, where Iberian CS, and also sometimes if you look at maybe Italian CS or stuff like that, it is different than what basically the main of Europe is. You sometimes do see a lot more aggression coming out, kind of tactics that you usually wouldn't play, and that's where those teams kind of then surprise international teams or European teams, where same as, for example, the inner German play style doesn't go well at all when they match up against international teams.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with Iberian CS and basically the main European CS, where sometimes they just go for crazy plays, and I'd expect FPX to kind of just be the laid-back team today.
That's what I'm kind of looking at as well, or the way I'm looking at this is Saw will bring everything they have to the table. As you said, they perhaps have a little bit of an unorthodox way of approaching maps and approaching games, but overall, I think there is a pattern that FunPlus Phoenix will be quickly able to discern, but in any case, the map is live. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the semi-finals of Snow, Sweet Snow #1. We are here on Dust 2, our first map, the choice of Saw, and we will open up with the pistol round as FunPlus Phoenix, 5 players on middle. Okay.
So much for them being the more laid-back side, but they've actually done this on Dust 2 before in a prior game.
I was about to say,
pretty sure they did this the same way up against Forza as well.
Laid back, not as much. They are gonna be putting 4 players on the A site, and they will be holding this like no tomorrow. And I love this, as it is gonna be Mutiri's first out, and Archie will fall. Just Roman, good refrags, but it's not enough just yet. 3-on-3 as Zen finds himself the refrag, but look through short. The flank of Roman could be the game changer. Stadodo gets himself 1, but it's still gonna be a 2-on-2.
Yeah, and right now as well, of course, the bomb not being planted just yet. FPX already trying to close that distance. Farleague actually does make it up nicely, but he doesn't hit those headshots. And right now it is going to be Materials to shut down Zen as well. And at the end, Saw do win the pistol and go up 1-0 at the start of course, their own map pick. Yes, FPX decided to start on that CT side, but already Saw did have a decent approach over towards A. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of those pushes in towards mid. Sure, it could have worked out, but at the same time, they took early damage. And right now, we'll just have to see what they can bring to the table with those deagles and the single scout there as well into mid. Maiden already taking damage. And well, it is actually quite interesting where FPX, they could have Maiden on that scout, could also put a Chris J on the scout, especially if we're considering we're playing Dust 2.
Yeah, I was about to say again.
And Chris J and the scout is just that.
It's like iconic, isn't it?
Option, yeah.
Yeah. But I loved yesterday's series of FPX against Forza. Of course, their last game on Train was absolutely bonkers, going into overtimes and such. And certainly, FunPlus Phoenix looked at one point like they might have already been defeated, of course, mentally. But luckily enough, that wasn't the case. They found new strength, and they kind of persevered. And obviously, today is a new day, a new dawn. And against Saw, I'm not sure how much they could have prepared against them. I'm pretty certain they at least went through a few demos or a few replays and looked at how Saw likes to play. And I'm pretty certain they probably asked a few of their friends and other other colleagues from the scene about Saw itself, at least if they had any chance of that information being gathered. Because any tidbit information that you can gather about your opponent always helps in the match itself. And even though it might not be continuously pertinent to it, but just one round to get out of that is already good. In any case, look at this short push. The timing here for the MP9 for Zen is perfect as he comes round, takes down Roman Motiri. Stiko defending the line as well. He's been the instrumental part of this defense as Tadodo finally takes him down. But the damage is already dealt as Tadodo will plant actually, and successfully even. That's great for Saw, but FPX still win.
Yeah, and actually that is very important from Zen as well. Him getting a good start towards this game, already grabbing 4 kills early in that round. Of course, if he wouldn't have held on like that, then of course a retake wouldn't have been possible in that way. So at the end, I mean, all eyes on Zen in this one, as he does find the kills in towards mid. And that is kind of that elemental part. Sometimes you do just have to work with what you've got, and if it is the Deagles and you can find those kills early, then why not do it exactly like that? Right now, though, of course, Saw, they're going to be back to Deagles as well, and I'd expect them to be in a similar state of mind to just kind of play whatever they want to. And right now, actually still taking their time, making it out towards long. Yes, of course, Material is already out, and he could be supported quite easily. FPX starting to give them space. Especially here towards long. It's only Maiden holding on with a Galil from Card. Does now have the support of Farlik as well. But I'm interested to see on how FBX do actually approach this later on in Dust 2, once they're a little bit more established here. Comes down to the regular setup. Nice peek there for Maiden. He actually should make it out alive back towards CT as well.
Yeah, they even have... Yeah, this should be fine. Chris J still has a smoke and a Molotov. We can see here Stiko is helping out with a bit of a defense towards middle itself. Madden, oh, he's pushing in. He's going to get himself one, Chris J. Oh, Madden, that was sexy to see. Stiko might have fallen, but they got 2 kills in return, and they only lose the FAMAS in that regard, so it's not the end of the world. Now, the question is, does FunPlus Phoenix realize that this is going to be an A push through long, though, as Saw is now encroaching and going for contact? Well, Farley certainly...
Right now, I love the fact that actually they don't just want to challenge, they do just want to get that bomb done, and that's exactly the thing that you need in this round. Not really out for the round win. Get that round win, nice bonus. The main objective here is get the bomb down, have that extra cash to work with right now. So already looking for more, but Maiden and Zen, they're lining things up. FPX, the fact also that they fall back towards CT spawn is just to be sure to retake that bomb site with 4 players ready and waiting, and they are going to find success with it. Arky not going to throw that scout away, and he'll have it for the next round. Still to come, as still Saw won't be set up perfectly just yet.
Well, they are going to be going into another eco here. Should be just a few pistols. Maybe we see a mini Kevlar on Stadodo if he wants to risk losing the op next round, but nah, he will keep the 3,000, fair enough. 2-1 as Saw find themselves in a bit of a precarious spot. FPX looking solid to begin with, and you said it already earlier, Zen, as long as he has a strong start early on, you know he's going to be performing throughout the entirety of the game. Farley, I'm not even concerned about. We've seen so much of him in the past year that, you know, I'm fairly certain that he's going to be able to rock the boat no matter what. Madden, though, on the other hand, I think he's the wild card that FBX absolutely can count on for the most part, and if he starts to deliver, if he really, you know, gets his game on, then Saw, I'm afraid to say, don't stand a chance, because basically with Chris J on support behind him and Stiko as well. But you know, Stiko being Stiko, it's a crazy lineup that FunPlus Phoenix are mustering here, and it's gonna be very hard for anybody to stop them. And look at the aggression. Zen is a little bit hungry for more.
I love that. Oh, they bait them in.
Yeah, just easy shots. And Saw, they have no choice but to, well, waste a little bit more time.
Yeah, and actually, I love this as well because Zen was close range, Farlig in behind. He was just holding on to the angle in case anybody does actually push in further. And FPX, sure, they're only up against those Deagles and the Scout yet again, but they play it nicely. They play it where they basically don't need too much HP just yet. And right now, sure, Stiko is going to drop down towards 49 HP, but he finds the kill. That's a bomb down. Right now, that's something they have to recover first. And right now, Maiden and Zen already finding the further kills, and it is going to be easy enough for them to line up a third round. Of course, Saw winning the pistol, but FPX since then have been getting back into it. How is this first kind of rifle on rifle round going to go, though? Sure, for FPX, they do still have a Scout, they do still have an MP9, and of course the Galil in there as well. Whilst right now, Saw, they're going to be fully equipped. And this is going to be, of course, just a bonus for FPX, but if Saw don't win this, you can see FPX kind of running away with it on just but Sododo at least opening things up in his favor.
It is going to be a great opener, yeah. With Chris down, it puts a bit of a pressure point on FPX. Now they have to split their defense, and we can see Saw approaching middle. Might even be inclined to going towards a side short. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing this right. They haven't boosted over onto site itself. It's gonna be Madden and it's gonna be Zen and CT. Good nade. But they seem to be reading this wrong. Oh no. Saw, they're going towards A. I mean, it looks like they're gonna be committing towards A. Could be wrong, but still, with two players currently on short, the third joining, I would dare say this is A.
And that's the thing right now, the players towards shorts are testing the water. Sure, they're putting a smoke down in towards CT spawn, but right now, spotting out Maiden, this might also be a catalyst just to get the pace moving in towards short as well. But right now, they're still kind of stagnated in towards this position. They've heard the steps now that Maiden is trying to reposition. But it is still so difficult as right now, he's holding on the smoke. He's actually going to cover things off slightly. And with that right now, he's going to be in towards ramp. Support from Zen kind of already set in from CT as well. He does find one before dropping, and that could just about be enough.
I think
as right now still Saw all around trying to capture this moment. You're gonna be successful with it. Flash down into CT, and well, Arky already ready and waiting. Last player Zen should also be known.
The thing is, I'm a little bit surprised FunPlus Phoenix left go of their A position completely. Now, their gamble was that this is going to be a B split through middle, but unfortunately, they were a little bit slow to react. As soon as Madden took contact through middle Xbox, they should have had two players running to site. And then, you know, from that point forward, setting up some sort of a defense if you even can do that. Zen, oh my lord, 1 HP, and he still stays alive. And he takes out 3 players with him. Well, 2 players, excuse me. In any case, it is going to be the second round for Saw. As they successfully go through short, their contact play gives them that control, and more specifically, they outplay FunPlus Phoenix. And I ain't gonna lie, I like the fact that FunPlus Phoenix is gambling a little bit with this site, right? That they are not allowing to just be split 1 by 1 and then hope that everybody will get an ace to hold. But still, they need to be a little bit more precarious. Oh, Stadodo, that is beautiful. Farley getting caught.
Oh, still Chris J, though. He's going to be in that smoke in towards short, and if they do drop down towards CT, he could potentially be that player to make a difference. Finds a double as well, and well, top mid isn't going to be able to react quick enough. Stadodo checking in now, but he's too late, and it does bring things back to a 3-on-3. Sure, the players were able to find their kills for themselves as well, as FPX were quite aggressive off the start. But at least Chris J is able to return the favor. Now it's for as long as he's going to
Chris J.
continue doing this as well. 3 kills from him as he gets his campaign into this round started. But the thing is that a lot of those times, yeah, Chris J is just slightly quiet. Of course, he's the brain behind it, and all these times when it really does matter, he is the one that also hits his shots where needed. But Saw should be able to actually get the bomb down here. And they're taking it safe as well. How aggressive though. Maiden is going to be on his way out. Does find the kill immediately. And yes, bomb has been planted.
That is a chance now for them to draw it back.
Oh, and Maiden as well, pushing up.
Yeah, he will get that. Well, 4th round for FPX. Saw do get onto site, do get the plant, even make it into a 1v2, but unfortunately in the end, Madden has ulterior plans. And the secondary op being picked up. And I wonder who's going to have it. Like, Farley, obviously, should have one. And then Chris J, or is it going to be Madden keeping it? Let's see if that's going to be the decision here to be made. Instant replay, we'll see the action here by Chris J. This push by middle, perfectly timed, even on long, getting one more kill. It's like the fact that he gets 3 frags like that, and then he's able to get away off middle after getting the 2 already. It's pretty darn good. But yeah, it is going to be Madden holding the secondary, and let's see how this works out. Just
there you go. Oh, no. Chris J yet again so aggressive. He does find one, but he is going to be traded back this time around. A little bit too aggressive there.
I was about to say. That was
he
a little
didn't
bit
spot the legs.
Farley.
As Farley is going to be taken out by the scout, and that's always the strength when you're moving as quick as he is. The Dodo does find one, and Maiden does give up control for the moment. Gap in the smoke is going to mean they do have to bring a secondary smoke into this as well. Great flashbang! And it is going to be down to Roman in a 1v2.
Yeah, that was a beautiful flash. It was a self-flash, I believe, by Zen, if I saw correctly. And right now, Madden and Stiko, they have a job ahead of them. They have to win. They have to successfully partake in. Roman, 1v2. He knows there's one in CT. We'll check. Elevator, of course, sees Stiko. 1 HP for Roman. Unfortunately, nade by Stiko will be enough to finish him off, and that was a bit of a clutch moment there. A bit of a clutch maneuver, but it is going to be the 5th round for FPX. As Sen, with his self-flash, comes out swinging. Well, and hits quite hard, like a baseball bat. In any case, it is going to be a full eco, at least should be. Without a plant, the Portuguese team is a little bit stranded, a little bit in dire need, I could dare say. And yeah, it's going exactly as we expected, though, isn't it? I mean, this looks like pretty much as the way I would initially think about or predict. Simply put, Saw is not doing as well. Aim-wise, they are losing it straight up. They'll really have to incorporate good team play and incorporate good executions in order to start getting the ball moving. Or FPX will be running away with this, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes, but right now FPX certainly seem to be on top of their game. They're hitting their shots, and they seem to be ready for anything that Saw is going to throw at them. And Maiden, right now, already walking back from long, checking into it short, as that is where the action is to be happening. And Zen helping him out here and to his side. Farley does find one as well. But it is going to be down to a 3-on-2 yet again. Saw getting the bomb down. And of course, they only start this round on a couple of pistols, and sure, Chris J, between him and the MP7, name a more iconic duo than him and the Scouts, but...
Hey,
yeah.
No.
No, I think that, like, how many times I've seen Chris J now? Like, even in, like, tournaments back when he was at Mouse Sports, when, like, he wasn't feeling as comfortable at times, just pick out the MP7, that whiteout with the Mouse Sports stickers, that's going to be with him for the rest of his life. It doesn't depend what org he's going to play with. And, yeah, I actually find it quite interesting that he did make the transition out of it, and that Mouse Sports did kind of... Well,
Let him
start
leave.
building a well, he's not officially left just yet,
No,
right?
I mean, yeah,
he's still right now just on the bench and loaned out. But yeah, the
we'll
fact
see,
that they
we'll see,
do
yeah.
kind of replace him after what 7 years, 8 years with the org
It's been that
did kind of
long?
come as a surprise
No.
for me. Yeah, October of 2013 or September of 2013, something along those lines. I'd have
Oh,
to go on Liquid to actually
damn.
check.
Yeah,
But he's been with Mouse Sports for ages.
that is true. That is true. I don't know he's been with them with Wage, but I don't think it's been that long.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's 2021, mind.
Oh, yeah.
And at that
oh,
rate
my
as
God.
well, Arky already finding one of the Zen Mutiras to find Chris J, and all of a sudden saw immediately back in towards this round. And it's been like that for the game right now. It's 3 for where it's 1 for Saw, 3 for FBX. 1 for Saw, 3 for FBX. Which way is this going to go? Right now, not looking all too bad for Saw. Unless Farley here gets a free kill on Mutiras, and Maiden as well in towards long, at least he's going to be taken out.
He's missing a lot of those shots. He even tried a few times wide swinging, but he didn't really get anything done. Farley down to 14. He can't really go quickly into this corner. Oh, he's going to abuse the little bit of a gap he has on the left. This is perfect. If Saw does not predict this, if Saw does not see this, Farley will be very hard to snap. And we can see an elevator sneak up, patiently waiting. But unfortunately, yeah, Farley can't really help him with low HP. Needs to pull back, and yeah, it's going to be the round here for Salt. By the way, you are correct. He was in Mouseport since 2013, October 21st. So yeah, it's been basically 8 years. Jesus, man, for so long.
Let's say 7.5.
7.5. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, because yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
Or more like a quarter, but still. I mean, either way, anything above like 4 to 5 years is already like almost an eternity when it comes down to CS. And yeah, well, we'll have to see how this goes. Gamdom certainly now further preferring FPX in this one. Of course, do check out Gamdom, as they're our biggest sponsor here for the tournament. And of course, without them, $100,000 tournament at this stage just would not be possible. And of course, it's not only a brink of the prize pool going towards the winning team, but also the lower teams from regionals and the international playoffs
and
well.
The main Swiss stage.
Yeah, had a nice prize pool going for them. Right now, though, Roman grabbing that first kill. Madden gonna be taken out, but yet again, he's been in that same position time and time again. Right now, Dodo does get the free kill onto Farley as well. A little bit too aggressive, trying to check back in. Probably would have had better chances just to try and hold on towards short, but this time around, Stinko
what a shot.
is going to hit that shot onto Matiras.
There's a pattern reoccurring for FunPlus Phoenix, and I'm not particularly liking it. I'll get into it in a second. Let's just see how this one turns out to be. Chris J. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a problem. So the pattern for FunPlus Phoenix seems to be leaving B wide open and really not even giving a damn about it at all. Ignoring the principal rules of try not to fight through middle if you don't have to. But in this case, well, you know, we can see that they pay quite the high price just to get where they are currently. So they seem to be realizing that B is open, and they should have an easy time entering to site now with Zen on middle doors. There's the smoke up, and there's the round, most likely. So unless they majorly fail, they should be able to win this round without a problem. And already a save by the rest of FunPlus Phoenix, yeah. So I gotta be honest here. I didn't like how Farley went to engage through middle. He was the only one holding B. He decided that he's going to be the hero, and I understand those decisions, but unfortunately I don't support them in this case. It's a little bit too risky, as FunPlus Phoenix was behind in the numbers already, right? So you don't want to risk even more by wanting to just get a free frag through middle, or just a frag through middle even, and risking everything with it. But it's the second round for Saul. It's the first time that they actually get a second consecutive round victory. And maybe this is, you know, the ball starting to roll here for the Portuguese team. There's a reason FunPlus Phoenix have a 0% win ratio on Dust. And the side of Saul has what, 80-something percent? 64%, my bad, yeah, win ratio.
Yeah, still right now we are going to see a pause, which seems to be a technical here, being called on behalf of FunPlus Phoenix. let's hope that it's not a bigger issue. We'll keep an eye on what our admins actually convey as a reason for this. As, yeah, right now, FPX, they've still won 6 rounds. I mean, they're not looking all too bad.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, as long as they can make it 1, 2, 3 more rounds even in this first half, then they should be fine. But as you said, yeah, FPX trying to break that Dust 2 streak. Yet again, though, it hasn't been all too long, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, right now, does seem to just be a server issue, but we'll get back on top of that, and everything should be working fine within the next minute or so. I think that the biggest part there is, of course, we're going to see a nuke, an Inferno, and that really, the maps apart from Train that FunPlus Phoenix have been playing, it is still very limited to what they've been playing in officials on tournaments, and I'm sure that they're doing a bunch more scrims besides it. But yeah, the success just doesn't come overnight.
No, obviously not. I mean, it comes from either having heroes that, you know, win rounds for you, or it comes from hard practice. And in this case, we both know, or well, everybody should know as well, that this is not going to be easy for one or the other. Seems like we are going to be, yeah, we're going to be back on, starting up. So let's see how this goes. FunPlus Phoenix, individually better. Team-wise, still trying to rough out the edges, whilst Foresaw, well, they're very well established as a team. Unfortunately, individually, perhaps sometimes lacking. And in this round, we're on an eco round, of course. Should be an easy enough of a pickup here for the Portuguese team. We've got Sticko on the AWP, we've got the AK on Zen. And he's the only one that has utility likewise, so it's, you know, not like much can be done. Oh, he spots the cross, but the pop flash was perfectly timed. And again, they're playing the standard default every single round almost. They take mid control, they have 1 or 2 players in upper lower, they have 1 on short, and they kind of just control this mid portion of the map. And what I love about this is they're not continuously pressuring out long, and they're not even going long if they don't go for an A play or an A commitment. So they do relinquish a lot of map control to their opponents, but they also make sure they do not lose any potential entries because of that. So obviously they're playing it a little bit safer. And this is going to be an A split, a pretty classic maneuver. Stadodo with the op on long, 2 players through short. This should be fairly simple for them to pick up.
Yeah, Stadodo and Roman right now already. I mean, this is to be expected that they just have an easy entry over towards the bomb site. Reversal, a couple of weapons going around, and Maiden with that P250 even to find the kill. And that's why, I mean, the bomb has to drop, or has to cross first as well, and right now the smokes are definitely going to make that possible. And for Madden, it's really just about maybe going in towards mid, finding a player there, but Materials, he's going to find that headshot every single time. And this is just Stico trying to stay alive now. Player in towards tunnels already. And he will probably have to retake that if he actually wants to stay alive.
That's not gonna be a very survival survival-esque maneuver. Yeah, Arky, there we go. There we go. Okay, so 6-5, Saw find themselves quite a few rounds in a row. This is where things start to get a little bit wonky. FPX should have a full buy. It's not perfect, but there is enough to go for the glass cannon of Farley. Interesting choice. He does go for utility instead of getting Kevlar up, so respect to the man. He is supporting his team even in the face of grave danger. He sees the Dodo, checking up through Suicide if there's perhaps anybody trying to be smart enough to try and peek over that edge of the smoke, but no. So far, so good. Saw is again playing the same default, Tyler. It looks like they're just going to be keeping up this same old setup and it's working out. Why wouldn't they, right? Why change something that works?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It has kind of been working to that point where at least already up to 5 rounds here. And for Saw, the thing is, yes, they're only playing these defaults, and I'd like to see them play more of a strat. But yet again, I mean, Dust 2 is probably the map where we see the most defaults being played anyways. And rarely do teams actually go for a straight execute right at the start of a round. And most of the times it's only when their normal default just does not work out for them. Then right now is going to get a kill on Roman, who drops down from short, as right now that wasn't timed perfectly with the rest of the team from doors. And still it pulls the rotation off towards mid. And look at that. The A bomb site is now going to be open for the taking here. And still...
Oh, they didn't see him coming out from under.
See just... Yeah. It was so tight. But Chris J going back in towards long, and I was just surprised that Farley goes back towards T-spawn first. They're also being out towards long quickly.
The good thing is they at least made it into pit, and Farley spots the player. There's the dodo, but Arky still gets the part of Chris J. That is already an elevator, and well, luckily he's going to be able to catch the transition through short, so there's not going to be too much of a position there.
They know exactly where Matiris is right now, and still just though coming in from CT is going to remain a danger here, as even Matiris is able to adapt quickly enough. It's down to a 2-on-2, and now all down to just but a 33 HP. Farley just about survives, and it is going to be another round for FPX, making it 7 on their behalf. But at least Saw also able to string rounds together. And yet again, the money isn't going to be great for FPX here. Saw still able to buy, and quite comfortably at that. But you look at FPX, and it's, yeah, at least Farley does have the op. He could drop another M4 for one of his teammates. And seems like another technical right now, this time being called by Saw. But in general, I would have loved a tactical on behalf of FPX in this one. Just to decide, what are you actually going to do with a buy here?
Well, let's be fair, this buy is going to be very limited, so it's not exactly perfect, but they have the op up on Farley. The M4 should be dropped to one of the 4 players that will need it. But as you said, yeah, the decision has to come through here for FPX, and they need to make a decision soon. Will they smoke mid-cross and safely put 2 or 3 players on B, while Farley and let's say one more with a rifle is kind of focusing on towards A itself? Will it be an eco here? No, I'm joking. Obviously not, since they did win, but you would almost think that maybe an eco would be better here for the CTs, wouldn't it? Given that if they buy up, and well, they will buy up, and if they lose, then they're kind of back to where they started, the original point again at $1,900. Loss bonus is limited, and it's not really a good outlook for the rest of the rounds remaining. Either way, we should be seeing...
It looks like right now we might be going to a server change here for the teams.
I was about to say, yeah.
Something seems to be awry. Well, that's just what happens sometimes in online CS. I do have to say, at least in the games that we've been on, we didn't really have any technical issues.
Yeah, that's the good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been quite good. I think yesterday there was some on the other stream, but apart from that, everything had been working out fine. And let's just see if that is actually going to be the call that we're going to make. Either way, of course, then server change does take a little bit longer. But yeah, we will be into it anyways. Odds more or less staying the same as FPX keep to a similar advantage at the moment. I think right now, if FPX do get a W here on Dust 2, then they're most likely to make it 2-0. I was kind of expecting Saw to have a strong start to the day and really just getting rolling immediately.
You expected Saw to be the one to roll over them?
I expected Saw to have a good start and FPX having a weaker time waking up, to be honest. But, I mean, they've had a great start to their day, and so that's why I worry a little bit less. Because of course FPX, they were kind of my favorites as well, but I have seen them before where they just have a bad day. It just doesn't work out the way that they wanted it to.
Yeah, I can understand that. I absolutely can set up behind that. In any case, we will be going into a short break, folks. So stay tuned as we change the server. We'll be back, ASAP as soon as we can. Of course, lovely break to be coming, and don't go anywhere, folks. We'll return ASAP. Okay, we're back. Yes, it took a little bit longer than expected, but that's life, you know? That's the way the people roll. In any case, myself and Tyler, we are still ready to take this one at 7-6 or excuse me, 7-5 currently in favor of FunPlus Phoenix. We are entering the full buy round of SAW. We switched to servers, we got the round restore. It is time to see this story unfold.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what they can actually manage. Of course, they're going to be going for, yeah, just still the full buy, of course, on the side of the CTs. They don't have any money to work with. They don't have the loss bonus to work with, so you have to force into it. And right now, this, of course, opens up the door for SAW, not only to make it 7-6, but also move towards even a 7-7, where it's all tied up just before halftime, seeing who's going to take the lead at a very, very tight margin. But let's see what they can still do. It is going to be an MP7 and MP9, 2 rifles with 1 M4 and a FAMAS, and of course then Farley on the off, looking to find an early entry, but 4 players for FPX in towards long A. And right now already falling back, repositioning.
We do see...
I'm quite surprised at how aggressive Chris J is back into there, but he has been caught in exactly that position before.
I was about to say, we do see a default out of SAW, and yeah, for Chris J, he will be getting close range through those doors on long, trying to basically instill any, well, fear in anybody coming too close, or at least halting the push if SAW were to decide to take challenge here. In any case, let's see how this one goes, as SAW will find themselves to be quite fully focused on towards long and middle. Excuse me, middle and upper. They might not yet be committed towards the B side, or at least might not even commit towards the B side. Let's wait for a second. The bomb is in T base, and by the time they'll get towards B, it's going to take a little while. 43 seconds now and counting.
And right now, of course, the time has been run down as it has.
Yeah.
And of course, that's going to put extra strain on how SAW is going to approach this. And look at FPX, they're ready for everything going in towards mid. But right now, Farley is going to be the first to fall.
Why?
It is going to be a B execution right now. Out on towards the site. And right now, SAW, they're pretty much going to get that bomb plant for free.
Okay, this is the second time Farley has done this. I want to know the reason for it. And now I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated because like, why are they letting B wide open? Why? Never mind. Let's see if this works for SAW. Yes,
Jay also going to get shut down by Just. And of course, Zen and
Yep.
Stuko falling back to keep those 2 weapons alive. And that's the thing. Yes, Stuko goes off the bomb site, but at the same time, I'm not sure what they were trying to do. Sure, maybe try and reaffirm mid, but at the same time, all you do is peek to your death. And, I mean, you already had 2 players there ready and waiting.
Farley just ran out of B with the op, just didn't care about it. It's just weird. I don't know what the reasoning was behind it, but apparently FPX decided to gamble on what site will be under attack again, and they failed horribly in this case. They could have held this round if Farley had stayed on B. They had the one thing that really boggles my mind is the fact that they had 2 players on middle. They had both, I believe it was both Madden and Stiko on middle, or it was Zen and Stiko. Either way, they had 2 players there, and for some reason, Farley decided to leave B. I'm never going to let it go, I know. In any case, it's a full eco, and as you already predicted, Tyler, it looks like 7-7 is looking very, very much like what will be coming on the board. And honestly, we can kind of mention that the break we had almost took us half an hour, and some might have already cooled down now because of that. SAW, I think, do take the advantage of this long break, if you ask me, because they have more time to mentally prepare and, you know, think about what they could be doing better, what they could be improving upon. So let's see, FPX, it's a full eco. Can they at least get a kill or 2 in?
I think right now it is going to be difficult for them to hit anything here. It's still best to at least give it a good shot, as right now you don't really have too much to lose here. And sure, yeah, Stiko, he has body armor alongside that Deagle. That's why right now he is kind of just a laid-back player towards Longhouse still. In case anybody does go towards this direction, he should be in for at least one kill, especially if it's the op from Sadodo. If he just goes in pushing here blindly, he could be the first to fall, but of course they're expecting players to be towards T-spawn. And right now they're not going to be hunting this down too much. Farlig is going to be the first to face a lot more players already, but now the boys are going to start raiding out. Zen does find one. It's not like they can actually recover a weapon here. They do all die at the end of it, and it is going to be 7-7 as we expected. With Saw winning 2 rounds in a row on their T side. Now, who's going to take the tight lead going in towards halftime? I highly doubt that that will be too decisive going in towards that second half. Yet again, Pistol could decide it all. As of course, Saw was able to win the first one, but FPX straight back in with those Deagles. Wouldn't surprise me if they do much the same in that second half as well, starting off strong.
They at least open it up. Let's see, long control going to be contested for him. We can see the commitment by Saw. This is something I mentioned previously. Whenever they do go long full force. They don't lose any time, they don't waste any time. And we can see right here, it is going to be Chris J on the flank, a second player right behind him. That's Farley going back towards A. And the read is pretty darn strong. Chris J now knows, okay, long is overtaken. He even saw a player walk into it. The question will be, is Saw able to prepare for this flank? And well, I think the answer is yes, but they are not prepared enough, as we do have Chris J clearing out the flank and making sure that Saw can't get back out along. Now FPX is ready for this A execution, but they have to hold the ground. They have to hold this one down like a fort. Let's see if that's actually possible. Stiko getting caught in the sandwich, and more specifically an elevator. It's going to be Gutierrez with the second, and behind the Molotov, Farley sprays wild as he gets one. Madden the second, though the damage still in favor of Saw, and a 2-on-2 right now that favors Stadoda with the op on long. Does he peek up? No, he stays at car. And he will be caught by Chris J.
Does take a long time, but Madden in there as well to find the next kill, and it is going to be the very, very tight lead, but it is going to be a lead for FPX. 8-7 here at halftime. As it's not looking all too bad for these guys. Still, let's just see if they restart quickly to move on with that second half, as of course, T side for FPX coming up. It is Saw's map pick here on Dust2, and it is as close as it can be. So let's see how FPX approach it. Are they also going to be playing a default, mostly focusing towards mid every round? Or what strats does Chris J still have in his, well, strat book that surely is thicker than a Bible these days?
Thicker than a Bible, I like it. Well, so unfortunately unable to get that last round and that first half, but it is going to be the second here that they will absolutely be able to contend for. The pistol is live. Let's see how this goes, as Saw, the Portuguese, put 3 players on long. They do have a kit on Stadoda and 2 flashbangs. I love to see that. And let's see how actually they pull it off, as we do have a push through short. It's going to be 4 players putting up a charade through short itself. Mutiris, he's the first man in the line of defense. Let's see if he can hold it. Missing all of those shots. That's a problem. They're now getting too close, Tyler, and this should be the round, or at least the plant for FPX, not the round itself yet. Stadodo, nice shot on Farley. And they're not done just yet. Still, a few shots, a few headshots. Stadodo, Roman, okay.
They're all hitting their headshots right now. It is going to be down to Chris J trying to find more on the clock, but it's just not going to happen. And at the end, it is going to be an 8th round for Saw as well. And they do win both pistols here on Dust2.
Yes, they do. Closing this first round is perfect for them. Starting on the CT side, winning it, and securing that easy of a round almost seems too easy. And of course, because of the plant, we do see a force buy coming out from FunPlus Phoenix. AK, Galil, Scout, Deagles. Stiko sacrificing his Kevlar, of course, but he's not going to mind that. The line up, Chris J blind. It still takes the fight, actually wins it. Might be able to switch out the weapon with Madden or Farley in this case, and that's exactly what happens here. So it is going to be Chris J on the Deagle, but the entry securing on FPX's side, giving that extra advantage to already a stronger position. But let's see. They're short for that. Well held by Arki and Matthias.
That's the point right now. Yeah, sure. Maiden does get a trade back into that with the scouts. And at the same time, of course, they're trying to work this out. Zen still in towards upper catacombs, upper tunnels there. Could have an eye in towards the B bomb site soon. As right now, that has been completely abandoned, and the CT's already pushing in towards short and in behind towards long. Player towards short not spotted just yet. Arki staying safe there. Both players are going to be coming in towards that direction. Zen still taking a lot of time in towards those tunnels. He's still waiting for some kind of push. But, well, his teammates are going to be out in force. But Madden does find that first one, finds a second one as well. To Arki, it's all going to be down to Roman. They might not even need Zen, who is going to be coming in via short now. Surely took his time, and he might be the surprise that Roman is not expecting. But it has been quite a while now, and where's that third player? Where's that last player waiting for me? And well, surprise, surprise, Zen coming in from behind, finding that kill as well. And yet again, same as in the first half. Yes, Saul in the pistol, but FPX is straight back after.
And looking at this, it is a great start for FPX. This is much better than just winning the pistol and, you know, losing the second round, basically, because, well, effectively, this is the best way to start off the second half. The CT is now fully reset. Their loss bonus at the minimum amount. And we can see they force up here with what they can. Scout on Arki. We've got the pistols up on the rest. A few Deagles, a few... actually, just the one P250. A few flashbangs, actually, to make this work, potentially. This could be a nice attempt here by Saw if they get a few angles going. Unfortunately, smoked, mollied, and pushed off the corner. But as I said, FPX, this favors them so much more by winning this second round that right now Saw one mistake and they'll be, well, one mistake. This round fails, aka if they do not successfully take control. This is going to 11-8.
Both of those players as well is really, really nice for Zen and Steak Up.
Yeah.
Although right now, they should be aware of Materials still in towards short as well, and that's where Zen is holding smoke down towards CT. Is still a decent gap, but they can cover that off without any results here. Zen does find some Dodo. That's an AK recovered now for those CTs.
And they can
should
save
be
the
enough for
scout
Materials
as well.
just to bring those two weapons through, yeah.
As I said, though, this is still 10-8 and most likely 11-8 as a full eco should be coming up for Saw. So this is going to be a problem. The thing is, this is Dust 2 we're talking about, and CT side Dust 2 does require utility to hold long and B. If it is a B push, a quick one at that, even, you know, without a Molotov, without a proper smoke setup, you are usually getting overrun. And we can see right now that's going to be Saul that's going to be hoping to keep these two weapons alive. Madden walks into the crosshairs of Mutiris. So, you know, that's the lucky cap that they get at least rid of one more player. Unfortunately for Saul, it doesn't really help their overall situation. Should be a full eco right now. And I'm eager to see the game plan here for Saw in general. We saw from the side of FPX that they kind of ignored B a lot. They didn't even put any attention to it overall. They mainly focused on middle and even short and long more than anything. But for Saw, I would love to see some pressure being made into upper B halls and into mid as well. But look at this. Long control contested for Chris J already with the opener.
Yeah, that's the thing right now that they're pushing up, of course, here is... I'm actually surprised at how aggressive they are, just because, of course, you can always fall short, even at those pistols there. There's still two Deagles and a Scout involved now that can certainly ruin your day with a gap like that in the smoke. FPX, they're going to try and go for at least the bomb plant here anyways. 3 players over towards bomb site. Still, every player that they lose here is a casualty that they don't need. Dodo does find the jumping no-scope on the Scouts. The bomb's still a ways away from actually being planted. Saw do fall back from this now as the smoke is going to be dissipating.
Oh,
this
this
should at least
plant.
give
Oh
some
no,
sense of
this
security
plant.
here.
I hate this plant so much. The problem with this plant is, with long control, they don't really help each other at all. Like, they can't help each other. If the CT takes side control, then FPX is in dire trouble. But just walking out of pit, oh, excuse me, walking out of long doors, spots the player in pit. That's Chris J, low HP, 1 bullet, he's gone. Although, Stadodo still jumping. Archie takes down Farley, but Chris J defending pit, holding the line with Stiko on site. It's enough, 11-8 as predicted. And this is where the real trouble begins for the side of Saw. So they have enough for the op on Stadodo, right? They have enough for Mini Kevlar and op, even a little bit of utility, the rest with M4s. Lose this round, and you lose this most likely map. Because it's going to go up to 13, 14 rounds for FPX if you lose it. And we all know how hard it is for the CTs to regain any sort of economy. You know, good luck getting the op back up once if you start losing that. But in any case, FPX. 4 players into upper halls, huh? Smells like a B push, perhaps?
Yeah, right now, I do still think it is going to be more just testing the waters. Where are those opponents? What can we actually do up against Saw in these kinds of rounds? Because this is the first time that they're actually heading off against a full-on setup from Saw. How do they play it? Do they still go aggressive short? Do they still try and go aggressive in towards those tunnels? And that right now, just testing the waters, is something that's nice to see, but I'd much rather see them building it with a little bit more of a default than just going out the way that they are right now. Is already now pushing through the smoke soon and just should have that shut down. No flashbang to try and support Chris J, and he's going to be shut down by Just. Molotov to counter as Dodo in towards mid, finding the kill, and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-5, and Saw's defense is holding for the moment. Madden out towards long. Bomb take the long way back towards T-spawn as Farley does find one, but it's a 2-on-4 situation.
And Farley's
What
about
are you
to
going
be
to do
flanked.
here? Yeah, Just coming in from lower. He will spot out the barrel there. Easy kill. And Stiko all by himself in a 1v4. 20 seconds to do anything.
Well, in this case, it wouldn't be a bad idea that if he wanted to save, he can drop the op, he can drop even an AK next.
He could
It's
drop
not
2
optimal.
AKs without buying any utility if he wanted to.
Actually, yeah, he can drop 2 AKs, exactly.
And especially
2
on Dust 2, while sure the op would be a nice to have, Chris J could bring that into
Chris
the
J
mix
can
as
bring
well.
that, exactly. Chris J should bring that into the mix while Stiko goes for the double drop of the AK. The one thing
Maybe
that...
take a timeout here.
Did they take a timeout?
I'd like to see one.
Yeah.
But yet again, I'm a big fan of timeouts.
Discuss what the hell you can do in this case. Yeah, that's true. Although we see double up. Okay. This is some next level play right here. It's not AKs, it's double AWPs. And actually, I kind of like the idea. Why not, right? You can surprise your opponent. There's Farley. Finds the first. He's going to go out blue. This is very dangerous for him. Needs to stay alive. And he
but it works out perfectly.
Well. The edge he abuses. And that is going to be Chris J on middle, still taking the fight and finding the entry. What in the world is this madness?
Yeah, it is Farley with a flashy play there, but it works out for him. Smoke out towards Xbox as well, and they can then further on take short control. They should already be expecting players to be rotating in. And right now, Stadodo alongside Just still trying to do their best. Just is going to be in behind, and nobody holding behind right now, depending on who he actually takes the battle with first. Of course, the smoke's still in his way. And that was a great afterthought as well for FPX in the end. This is only going to give them one option, save those 2 weapons, and it brings FPX to 12, and then almost inevitable to also maybe move towards 13, depending on what Saw can actually bring to the table in the next round. They do have a little bit of money left over, and of course, the loss bonus still intact from those previous rounds, where they were the team to lose 3 in a row.
Yeah, they will soon get up to, well, they actually will get up to max loss bonus around the next round. And as you said, with a little bit of bank built, I believe they should be able to get up at least a few rifles to work with. Yeah. And let's see, the Portuguese, how far can they fare, as you said, and you know, what is their game plan here? They have the op up, which is the important part to note. Stadodo can challenge both Farley and Chris J. Will he win those duels? Well, we'll find out. But in any case, FPX, they don't really have a spawn for long. They don't really have a spawn for upper. This has to be a bit of a default coming out of them, surely. They can't really force the issue too quickly or they will be falling to the spawns of Saw. And we can see here, quick run through middle. Could be going short if they really wanted to. But Mutiris has a different plan as he takes down Madden. The MP9, as dangerous as ever. Beautiful stuff as he opens it up.
Yeah, double ops now in towards short as well. Nice smoke. Mutiris can work with that as well. Stododo in behind. Can also help out if push comes to shove. But even right now, I mean, FPX not really going for that full push into it just yet. Perfect timing on the Molotov just as the smoke dissipated. And now in towards long. And look at that as well. Saw 3 players oriented in this position. Smoke coming out towards door, and they're using their utility perfectly for the moment to still keep FPX at bay in these sorts of situations. They retake control of long. Arky can then go in towards pit. And they reposition off the back of it. And what do FPX expect? Where is Saw going to be? They have pretty much played an aggressive short, now back into more of a default where Stododo can actually help out the smoke. More to help out his teammate in his own position than trying to help him whilst pushing up.
FunPlus Phoenix is a little bit reluctant hitting a long, and they are going back out. They could cross through short if they really wanted to, and that's exactly what they're doing
20 seconds
here.
now.
Yeah,
they have to make a move.
Yeah, they're going to be going through short. Let's see this. Mutiris with the MP9 close range. His angle in towards lower CT is perfect because it gives him a bit of an off to work with. Arky gets caught. Stododo though, there's the one, and there's the second. He will be taken down by Farley, and it's a 2-on-3 right now as Roman takes down Farley's. Mutiris jump spots, prevents the plant. And it is Saw with the double digits, finally bringing it back up.
Yeah, and it just takes slightly too long on the side of FPX. And unfortunate that Stododo is actually able to find a double in his position. If he would have only found one kill, then maybe it would have turned in a different direction. But it is going to be Saw straight back into it, sorry. And their double op setup keep on going. Plus, of course, FPX are down to 4 AKs and a scout. Still, they have all the smokes in the world. But not much more in sense of utility to actually keep on working with. Chris J is going to go for a peek in towards mid. And is not going to find any opposition in that position.
Though, bro. The 5 smokes, they've got like more than enough to cross out towards mid and split B if they wanted to. And it looks like that's the case. Oh, that's a problem. Roman spots 1. That's a dead giveaway. What's going on in
This
Saw?
gap in the smoke as well.
Oh. The timing. Coming in through short. Will they check car? Well, they will check car, but so Stododo checks them as well. A second player lines up. That's Madden. Finally Saw getting some getting some good work in, more specifically Stododo. As it is going to be a 3v4 right now. The retake for Saw has to happen here, though. We got to keep in mind that Saw is kind of playing on the ball here.
Chris J right now is going to get shut down straight away, though. Farlick now only with the scout, of course, not going to be doing as much damage, and it is going to be down to Zen, but he's a long way away from actually keeping this defuse going.
Prevent it.
And it is Arky with the kit, so all he has to do is get on the bomb, and it is going to be his defuse. I like the fact that they do actually switch. Either way, Saw do get a secondary round. They do still lose 3 players in that, so they're going to be strapped for cash, but at least FPX, they themselves aren't really going to be in a situation where they can buy. Can, of course, go down to 2K. And probably are going to go that way, but still, FPX, they did have a single flashbang at their disposal, didn't use that to bring the offer out. And, well, they pay the price because of it. Double entries on the side of Saw in that situation. And FPX now a single AK alongside 3 Deagles. Still Saw, of course, all rifles, no op in there.
They're definitely able to contend against FPX, and that's great to see right now. We are going to be having A little bit of a slow round for FPX with Deagles in hand. They're kind of waiting for the mistake to be coming out of Saw's side instead of themselves having to push the tempo. And we can see right now, Saw is playing very safe. I love the fact that they're putting that they are putting 2 players on B, and that they have Mutiris in middle to kind of be the cohesive unit between all of them. As Roman takes a bit of a challenge. Need to be careful. Can't lose that weapon against pistols. In any case, the Dodo. Oh, that nade. The timing of this nade could be brutal. And I think it will be brutal. Here we go. He's about to throw it, and it chucks straight into one player. That's going to be Stiko. I thought that would do
down
more.
to 24.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's more to follow in. Nice flashbang, as that is going to have the player fully blinded with that jump boost. Not actually going to come through. Really, it was more of a jump boost rather than a run boost. No real speed behind it. Roman and Dodo continue to find those kills. Arky in from long now. And they had a dream to get that bomb down. It wasn't going to happen as Saw. Yeah, everybody staying alive is great for them. It's 12-12. And this is really coming down to the wire now.
It is. It is. Tied up. We are entering these final few moments of the first map here of Snow Sweet Snow, the semifinals, folks. Remember, this is the semifinals. The winner faces off either Gambit or VP. And by the looks of it, Gambit did make a splendid comeback against VP, winning the map at the end 16-13. So, you know, there's that. But in any case, Farley out long already. And there's a player in pit that he's going to have to contend against. Arky, the nade is going to do some critical damage. Second nade and Molotov flying in. This is perfect for Saw because now they have a player locked in place, and if they can lock him out by smokes as well, they might be able to get a free frag out of it. But Chris J lines up a shot, gets the kill on B. This is a problem. Saw now have to rotate 2 players off and leaving 1 in pit.
Oh, and look at that. And everybody else is still in towards long here for
Exactly.
FPX. And this now, yet again, the counter rotation should just be here in time, though, as the Flames are still keeping them back. But look at that. Chris J, in the meantime, is in towards short, and he can say, well, the A-bomb site is free.
Nobody knows this.
Must all be in towards long. And he just needs to hold on to that corner. Is pushing up further, though, and he's going to be able to cross here. Does find the kill, and luckily, Stiko finds the kill on Sododo as well. Yeah, and FPX is a messy round, that's for sure. But right now, Arky somehow still finding the kill to Zen here.
I'm a little bit surprised how well FPX actually got away with this round itself.
Yeah.
Of course, with the fact that Chris J crosses short without being challenged at all, having a lineup on long, it kind of gave them that chance. But the fact, yeah, that they took care of both players without losing a single one, it gave the chance, and it pretty much solidified their victory in this 24th round. In any case, or excuse me, 25th round, actually. It is going to be Saw on an eco, or excuse me, not an eco, on a save, and they will rebuy the next. They have more than enough bank built. They have the op up on Arky that can be dropped immediately to Stadodo, and they shouldn't be having any issues getting those rifles back in. But this is, again, as we said, it's the final few rounds of the first map, and they have to be that much more careful, since every mistake is going to come back to haunt them, and more than anything, at one point, they won't be able to do anything about it anymore. And a tactical timeout is going to be called by the Portuguese here to try and discuss what the hell they can do. We've got the full buy, we've got the utility, we've got everything they need. Saw have prepared themselves to face the monster that is FPX. By the way, Stadodo at 24 frags. He is rocking the boat right now for the side of Saw. Likewise, 19 on Roman. Whilst on the side of FPX, nobody's even dinking 20 just yet. At 19 for Zen at the top, 18 for Chris and Madden, and then 12 for both Farley and Stiko. And I'm actually surprised that Farley is on the lower end of the scoreboard today. Usually he's the one that's kind of rocking it.
Yeah, surely usually he's the one up top. That does really help his teammates succeed in the most part as well, but right now, smoke out towards long A. This time out, Saw do want to take a lot more control towards that area. You can already see FPX. Big interest in towards mid as well. Flashbang in. As short is burning. And again, it seems like they want to move it over towards short. Right now, there's no smoke necessary on the doors just yet. There's nobody checking in towards mid. Chris J does get the support flash, though he was pretty much already out still. Rather play it safe than be sorry at the end of it. Seconds down. Chris J in towards mid right now, but
Oh, he's
the
going to have a
players
lineup on
already
tunnels.
checking
Oh,
out.
no. He's going to have a lineup
Nice.
on tunnels.
Yeah, and there you go. It is going to be just a fall.
Huge
And
mistake
right
by
now,
Roman.
Roman still could hold on to it, but Maiden, in the meantime, does find Nakul and Saw. They can pretty much pack their bags and save their weapons.
Yeah, that was a mishap by Roman. He needed to have a vision on mid, and he needed to know if somebody crossed because his teammates' life depended on that. The setup that they were running wasn't exactly perfect as well. Let's be honest here. They had allowed themselves to be wide exposed to the back of a mid push, and they knew it was a mid push as soon as the smoke started to line up. As soon as mid was eerily quiet at one point, and no contact through short was happening. You know that this most likely is a B split, or at least they should be a bit more attuned to it. In any case, Saw, they might lose Mutiris, they will. 14-12, and money is gone for the CTs. This is the worst part ever for Saw. The fact is that they do not have the loss bonus, they do not have the bank. And it's all eyes on Stadodo and Arki with the two rifles that maybe they can make something happen. But it doesn't look like there's going to be much happening at all, as it's a force buy, and it's the last attempt here by Saw. Fail this, you fail this map. That's as clear as day.
Yeah, and certainly we had a long technical timeout, and it looked like Saw at least were a little bit hotter coming out of it and getting back in towards this game. But at least for the moment, FPX are straight back in. They were hitting their shots in the previous, taking their time. Nice approach play there. Well, yet again, the opening kill, though, does go the way of Arki, and this time out, he should have more trouble in towards Pit right now. Here is to his side, can at least find another trade to keep the advantage going. In the meantime, Madden out towards mid as well. And the fact that he can stay alive after a peak like that over towards B, bomb says to Dodo, not in towards B ramp quickly enough, but Farlik might just get caught by the player pushing too long, and Mutiris is now going to pick up the pace, pushing in behind, finds that kill for free. And this now all pointing towards a B bomb site hit, where Justin now still holding on. MP9 is out, and all up to Madden. As Saw, they actually find success with that force buy, and all down to aggressiveness coming through.
Exactly so. They needed this, and now all of a sudden, they're back at it. 14-13, one round from tying it up. There is not a lot of money on the side of FPX. They will take a tactical timeout and discuss this. And there is enough to go for an AWP for Farley or Chris J. Stico can drop that. But they will have to sacrifice one AK, or at least one rifle at the bare minimum for that AWP, if they decide to do so. And, well, utility bought up on Farley. I wouldn't be surprised if they just go for pistols and Kevlar here, FPX. Like, they risk a lot by going into a full buy, but no, okay, fair enough, fair enough. They're going to go into a full buy. They will commit everything to this. Up on Stico. Should be dropped to Farley, surely, unless he has the spot to spawn to check middle. I guess he's going to check middle. Fair enough. I love this mid push. Down Suicide into short. And a quick play towards A by the looks of it. FPX. They're going to be going in lightning fast. And this could work. Stadodo at car again, holding like he always does. Missing this shot though. That was vital. Stadodo needed that, and Martin just running and gunning. Just like yesterday on train. And again, this time Mutiris comes into the bend. The lineup comes through. Arki takes down Chris J. 3v3. Tyler, this is not yet done. But Saw are coming in at a bit of a loss here.
Yeah, and Zen right now being able to recover that AK as well. Could theoretically also get out of his position, but right now might just be stuck in towards first box. Molotov is the Inferno in towards CT right now, or Farley could get a free peek. Still, it is all falling apart. Seiko and Farley and Zen, everybody chiming in. And everybody of the 5 players on the T side getting 1 kill each. Nicely done for FPX. They do dismantle Saw at that stage, and it should be down to an easy close. Of course, now down 2 Deagles, a CZ, an MP9, and Sadodo coming through with the Deagle as well. FPX might just need to play it slow, might just need to play it safe. And we'll have to see how that is actually going to go for them.
I'm surprised nobody takes up an SMG here, knowing that the money situation for Saw is critically low.
Yeah, but yet again, they are going to have body armor, and you might as well just be stronger with those rifles.
Yeah, they are stronger with the rifles, absolutely. But, you know, if you know your opponent has a low buy,
Yeah, still.
you might as well be able to afford yourself an SMG investment. But let's see, Saw losing the first player. 4 more to go, and it's all going down the drain for map number 1. As we have ourselves a very straightforward fake through short. Might be still a commitment if they decide for it. Farley tagged up. He's got the up and the bomb. It's spotted. Chris J takes down Roman just with the refrag. At least it's going to be 1 back for Saw, but it's a far away cry from being done just yet. This is going to be very hard if Just walks right behind them, which he should with the MP9 in hand. He's going to do some critical damage, but no! He walks into the crosses of Stiko. He needed to stay alive. B-side is lost,
Zen
and
as
there
well.
is Zen. And I think we know where this is headed, don't we?
All down to Arky right now, and he's still trying to do his best, but he'll also catch a headshot from Zen. Nicely done from him yet again. And all in total, though, everybody there for FPX being at a similar level when it comes down to their kills. And it's nice to see that at least they were able to bring this through. They beat Saw on their own map pick. So let's see what FPX can do as, well, Nuke, FPX's pick, is going to be coming up after this break. So stick with us as, yeah, this semi-final still only about to get underway. And a full best of 3 might still be in it, but FPX certainly now have the cards to make it 2-0.
Absolutely, it is going to be difficult as we do have the pistol already kicking off with the early entry here for Arki. As he takes on Madden, second for Just. The 8 push is being committed to, but it's not going to exactly be effective. Sadodo will lock down the final piece here, and it's down to Chris J. 1v4, no chances. Saw open up with the pistol, and this is their third pistol, actually. FPX not exactly having the best of pistol strats, but they do have the better performance overall. In any case, let's see where this is leading us to as we have Nuke as our second map, the choice of FPX. In any case, it is going to be Deagles out, Force by. And Tyler, I got to be honest, we talked a little bit about, in the break, what I feel about Nuke and how I feel about Nuke. Well, if Saw are able to get up to 9-10 rounds, they should be able to contend for this map pretty easily, even on the second half.
Yeah, I think certainly that FPX sure are going to be the favorites here, but they should never take on the cold shoulder that Saw might not still be able to challenge them. I still would like to see Saw just kind of getting off to a stronger start this time out, not only getting the pistol, but also getting the follow-ups and getting a couple of consecutive rounds going, especially on that CT side here in Nuke. That is going to be so decisive to see how it continues on.
Well, it is a B commit. Arki standing in Titanic. Nice spray, good timing, gets the second as well. Unfortunately, Madden is able to get a drop on him, and ooh, Zen will actually plant. Yes, he will. There is no need to prevent that, so that's actually pretty cool. The fact he gets away with a plant, he can even survive with keeping the Kevlar potentially. Let them defuse the bomb. He's already done his job. He's already done what he needed to do, and
this is brilliant, because yes, he does bring that Tech 9 through, especially
the
the
Kevlar,
armor
that's
he
the thing,
brings
right?
through. Yeah. And altogether, of course, you're not going to be fully buying in this one just yet, because you can certainly invest a little bit more, as of course the loss bonus has been built up with it, so you can invest into Deagles, as Madden is already doing. Especially Zen could theoretically also keep more money in the bank to potentially have an early op as well on that T side. Always the option there. And the early damage shouldn't be there. Guy's not just playing a face at Pug, he's actually an official here. Damage is turned on, but Madden, he doesn't even care.
What?
Shoots Materius into a different dimension. As it is going to be an early entry here for FPX, and the question is maybe even still turn this round back around.
Yeah, if this happens, then FPX truly are on a god-set journey. But let's see, Farley. He's the one to spot Garrosh, and he will spot it in the right time. The timing here, perfect. Zen takes down Stadono just as he walks out of the corner. And luckily, Just is able to control that. Roman drops the bomb carrier. What is going on right now? FPX, why is the bomb alone in main? So many questions, no answers. And it is going to be FPX that now have to handle this with extreme prejudice and care as they move on to the A site. Madden again connects, but just from catwalk. He will be strong enough as Madden cannot make that headshot happen. A 4K for Just. And that is going to be a 3-0 start. Perfect one for Saw. It's not optimal. They did lose a lot of players, but they at least get a 3-0 start, which is a lot better than what otherwise they had on Dust even. And like I said, if they get up to 9-10 rounds on the CT, they're looking for a pretty good ending, well, and a pretty good start of the second half likewise, I think.
Yeah, I think one thing that kind of bothers me here for Saw is that, of course, they did have only one SMG in that round, and they did lose a lot of those rifles. So of course, that is something where they can quite comfortably reinvest, but at least if this round is going to fall, then they don't have anything to fall back on. They're going to be down to just a couple of pistols, and that is really where FPX then could all of a sudden get not only 1, but 2, 3, maybe even more rounds to keep on going. And that's really where they would then stomp any sort of hopes that Saw had for this game, but of course, still early on. Here on the CT side right now after winning pistol. Finally Saw also able to string rounds together, unlike on the previous map on Dust 2. And already finding one. He's really had a strong start towards this map. As Stadola tries to help out his teammate, but it is going to be down to him on the A bomb site. Rest of the players already moving back in. There's one player towards outside going in towards main. Arky coming in from top dog, and nobody holding on towards Squeaky. It's difficult there. Really, really difficult. Stadolo and Materius should save. That at least is going to give them 2 more weapons for the next round to work with. Materius potentially could also get a kill on a player if they were to evacuate towards main, but they should go the safe route and out towards lobby. That seems to be their target as well.
Well, first round is theirs. It is going to be a few AKs coming out. An additional... Is there an op? No, there is not an op. Yeah, Farley can actually go for an op if they wanted to, but no, they're going to go for the AKs. As we do have a reinvestment coming out from, of course, Saw. Auto shotgun on Just. Is he going to play on Hut with that auto shotgun? Surely, right? He plays on Hut. Yeah, he should. There we go. Nope, okay, gonna go close, but still, this is a great position for the auto shotgun. It really is, because you can veer off those corners, you can juke them well, and put yourself in a great spot early on. In any case, smokes outside, preventing FPX from getting too far out. A few smokes being landing into main and into Garage, trying to break the vision for Saw. As we have Mutiris on CT blue, he's going to be looking for that contact. Sees one of the players, sprays wildly. Madden at 44. And entering into Garage. This could work.
Mutiris though.
Timing here on him, a little bit missed.
And still he had spotted them, and it's going to be Cristiano to find that initial headshot, and Stadono at least good for one. Roman tapping away on the MP9 though.
Oh, Roman.
And the fact that he even gets a second kill from that position just should not be happening. He's finally going to be taken out. But just as well, finding Sticko. And in this sort of round, to have a 3-on-2 happening, more, of course, had been going the way of FPX, but now it's down to a 1-on-2. Bomb recovered for Madden.
No, he has to pick it up still. Yeah, there we go. I thought that he might have missed it. but luckily he doesn't.
It's the op looking at him right now. He's
Yeah.
going to fall to Arky. That's unfortunate there, as Saul get off to a really strong start here.
Great stuff from Saw, actually. Very good start. Getting this 4-1 beginning, having that auto shotgun even, you know, it's just the psychological effect of an auto shotgun that also works against FPX here. And a timeout's going to be called a tactical one. See what they can come up with, the boys from FPX, to see if the Phoenix will rise again, or is this perhaps a bit of a false hope moment? In any case, this is perfect for Saul. Not only do they break the economy of their opponents, and after winning a round, they reset them back to, you know, minimal amount of loss bonus, or at least not minimal, but lowered amount of loss bonus. They forced them onto this full investment. Madden going, okay, all out. We've got 3 AKs. Farley should have an op, surely. Nope, he's going to go for an AK. Could have dropped like a little too, Madden. Let's see, this is definitely a little bit weird. Seems like a few last-second decisions here for FPX. They might not be on the same page continuously, but, well, with 4 AKs, they can still make it happen. Let's see if this will actually work. 3 AKs and a Galoo.
Right now, Chris J as well will be spotted. Materials to actually get that kill in the end. I would have thought that Just would have been the player to find the kill. At the same time, not really too much damage actually being returned on towards Saw. Arky with the op, trying to reposition. It is going to be Stiko to actually make it back out of that position alive. 2 bigger opportunities where Arky could have had that kill. Bring it down to a 5-on-3, and right now Madden at least going to find that kill onto Just as well. And the rest of the players out towards outside. So Dodo still holding on. He can at least give out a warning if the smokes actually do come out. Would still have them at the disposal, but right now, the most important player might even be Mutiris here. They are holding defensive for it. Flashback now to Mono. Wow, the perfect peek for him. The fact that he does only get 1 kill does surprise me though. Molotov is going to block them from further going this way. It is going to be Dodo. The fall to Stiko, but at the same time, Roman's still finding kills. And it's 20 seconds and no time, exactly as you say it.
This is perfect for Saw. They're
Nice
locking down this beautifully, and then Farley gets Arky, but it's a 2-on-2 right now with Mutiris and Roman.
This might just work out, especially if Stiko can hold on to Huts here.
Oh, he will!
He's going to be planted, and it will work out. Mutiris all by himself now in a 1v2. He gets caught jumping.
Yeah, why is he jumping on Hut? This is such a dangerous spot to go for, but it's going to be a little bit of a spray down. Stiko down to 4.
The damage to the wall as well!
Spray. The wall bang, it doesn't finish Stiko, at least it dags him, but it's still going to be Farley widening the gap. And FPX avoids getting absolutely mauled to the ground here by Saw's almost perfect play, I'd have to say. Saw, I mean, they did all and everything right. They did pretty much everything right. They beautifully flashed and supported each other. They stopped the push into main with that 1 Molotov. They threw it at the right time at 20 seconds in. And overall, it looked like it was a dire position for FPX, and indeed it was. But the turning point was that kill in heaven, and then the fact that Stiko gets the kill in Hut as well, leaving it only to Mutiris to salvage whatever was remaining of the round itself. A full force by Saw, and this is going to be very difficult for them to win now, or it should be difficult.
And Dodo right now trying to push in further. Arky trying to support him. And I think the push might have been one of those decisions where, yeah, you might as well go for it. It worked for us before, so why not try it here? But at least they do get shut down, and rightly so. FPX having starting troubles, but they are finally now able to string 2 rounds together. And sure, especially on that T side of Nuke, literally getting 4 or 5, at some stage 6 rounds maybe, can be a strong sign for them, especially as pretty much a 4th round should be a given in this sort of situation with Saw's current economical standing. But let's not let that fool us. Of course, it's only going to be 1 CZ and 4 USPs. Nothing should really happen. like when they have Deagles at their disposal.
Making it down secret. This eco round shouldn't be too hard to beat for FPX if they play their cards right. If they cover their corners and just work together. And good night, Chris J. As I said, work together and you can win this round. That's it.
Oh, and Farlick as well finding one, but Snodo in for a trade. He's not at least going to get that AK just yet. Still in the CZ, and they should be
they know
checking him into towards Vent. And right now, yeah,
Oh,
he
what?
should fall
No
to
way.
Zed. No,
Come
he is still
on.
going to be staying alive for too long. And it comes down to a 2-on-2. In the meantime, Roman's going to be moving in behind. He should be able to switch onto an AK. Although it would give away his position. The MAC-10 might just be enough right now, as Stuko is the next player to fall. It's all going to be down to Madden. And still, if you consider all they invested was $500 in towards the
he's gonna hold it.
CZ, and right now
He's
he's
gonna
just
hold it.
defusing 10 seconds.
Oh no.
Fully right now, does go off it
moves
and
off
back
of
onto
it.
the AK.
Why
He could
did
have had it as well.
Why did he hold it? I don't understand
But he's
that.
still going to get the round.
Oh,
Finds that
man.
mass kill. Plenty of time to get that defuse in. And FPX, I said, don't underestimate this. And still, even
Yeah, they do.
the CZ getting the work in.
The fact they go in one by one tells you the story that they are underestimating Saw, that they are thinking of them as an easier matchup than they actually are, at least in this one round that it was.
And they're paying the price for it.
And yes, they should pay the price for that. Unfortunately, if you ignore the fact that there's pistols out there and you're going in one by one, you should be punished. And in this case, FPX, they have themselves to blame. They had all the cards in their hands. They had the round effectively in their hands, but failed to deliver. In any case, it will be a rebuy. They've got themselves a full investment, and it's going to be jump down vents by the looks of it. No, just jump out A. It's a full play by Chris J. A pop
Oh,
flash
the
to
flashbang
support
as
the
well.
push. He gets away with one, but just will stop him just in time as Farley refrags.
At the same time, the bomb is down towards B bomb site, and the smoke screen has definitely worked. As they are going to get that bomb plant. 4-on-3. Yes, he did a lot of damage onto Stuko and Farlig. They will have to retake this, and FPX, if they're smart, they at least hold back a little bit further and don't just walk into them one by one as they did in the previous. But at the same time, Saw, it is always just that thing as well when you're saying, okay, well, we don't really have too much to lose. We're on a CZ, we're pushing, we're being aggressive. And then once you're on those rifles, you're a lot more laid back. And if you were to replicate the exact same playstyle, that is basically a big reason why flashy players generally also then take other teams apart, is because they do stuff that just shouldn't be happening. And that can work to your advantage, although it shouldn't. Either way, it's going to be 5-4. FPX getting another round, and surely they're going to be the team profiting from a back and forth like this. But yeah, yet again, 4 rounds already. A 5th round could be on the table now. Let's see if Saw is going to be just as successful with this buy into it. Couple of CZs. I know that you will love the MP9 and the AK in that as well. They have an M4. And what else do you really want from this?
That is true. Let's see how this goes, as it is going to be Saw putting up quite the spectacle. Outside control, completely relinquished Motiris in main. Stadodo is actually now going to be setting himself up towards that garage position. No, actually pulling back into heaven and hell. So never mind. Initially, it looked like he might be looking for the control of outside. It's Motiris that's pushing secret as far as I can tell, though. Yeah, he will be going into secret. I like the idea here. If he can sync up with Stadodo, this could be a great deal of action and a great deal of firepower coming in towards the A side or towards middle. But in any case, Chris J and Madden will find themselves entries as Justice holding the line with the MP9. He is not allowed even a single shot to be landing. And is down to Motiris, 1v4, as he finds Chris J in main. Takes down Stiko? No. Denied by Stiko. 5th round for FPX. And remember what I said. 9-6 or 10-5 for Saw would be good on the CT side and acceptable for potentially them to be able to pull off into some sort of a victorious run around on the CT of, or excuse me, the T of their own. But if they give 6-7 rounds to FPX, or 7, let's say to be sure, then I do not have that conviction anymore as much. In any case, full eco should be 6 for FPX.
To be honest, right now with 5, potentially 6, maybe even 7 rounds for FPX, I think this is going to be FPX to take this fully. I think that literally 5 would have been their limit on the side of Salt. And of course, we'll have to see what they actually bring to their own T side. But FPX's CT side, I would put better than Salt's CT side that they've already shown now. And this time out, well, you take the gamble, you go over towards the B-bomb site, don't find any success there. And of course, as nothing is invested, might as well just try and just pick back at them. Maybe get one weapon out of it. Not that FPX are really going to care. At $8,000 per league. Make that even more than find the double here. And yeah, nothing to worry about. There's like $12,000 in the pockets of FPX. So yeah, why not just continue exactly like this? It is 5-6 though now. And over, this is now the point where FPX can take a full-on lead towards halftime.
Well, it is going to be the FAMAS is out, the utility out. No single kit available on the side of Saw. That is a little bit of a problem. And we can see FPX smokes outside for the cross into Secret. A counter Molotovs have been thrown, but Chris J's already crossed over. As Stadodo's pushing ramp, Stiko is in the smoke. This is a problem. If he walks out to the left, he will be spotted. But no, he sees his legs, Tuna, and Stadodo is caught. That's ramp control loss. Arky holding the side. Chris J alone. There's now 3 players enter Secret. The split seems to be happening right here, right now. FPX trying to sell this as a full-on commitment towards the B side. Let's see.
Oh, and right now, here, Stiko just kind of waiting around towards lobby. Is going to find that kill into just pretty much for free. Arky still down towards B-bomb site. Right now has a decent position, but the timing is just off. Was still looking towards Zen's position. Find that kill on Arky and Roman though. Alongside Maturius now could be huge over towards the A-bomb site. It's all going to be down to Stiko right now in this initial fight. Still Zen quite a ways away, but he is going to come out just in time. It should have been Roman's kill. But it is just about going to be a 7th round for FPX. To be fair, I mean, that should have been a Saw round. The way that FPX played that was nowhere near clean enough. And they were just far too reckless.
Yeah, they were just kind of running around hoping for quick frags, quick days, but nah. It's not going to happen. It is going to be Saw back onto an eco, and this is a general problem now starting to being brewed here. Saw 5-7 currently down, and they do have a few Kevlars, a few pistols. Maybe they can make this work again. They've already once before won with a round like this. I would not put it past them. They can win again with FPX underestimating them as much as they are. But again, FPX should have learned from the mistakes, or at least they should be a little bit more aware what they have to, how they have to handle this one. As we do see FPX, commitment towards the A side is coming. Do they check main? No, they do not check main at all. Madden will be caught in the back. Luckily, Stiko is still there to clear out Hut as well. And that gives them the A side almost lossless with a single player being down. It's an affordable loss of FPX. And considering they're on the T side, considering that they are on the winning side, they can afford to lose 2 or 3 players even, I dare say, as long as they still win the round at the end.
Right now, FPX really showing that one does not really need to win pistols. As long as you control the latter half of a halftime. And that really seemed to have been most of their winning ways here. I'm surprised at how well this actually worked between me and still do not get punished from it. Mysterious though does get an AK out of it.
Oh.
Not that he really needs it because they would have been able to buy anyways, but I'd much rather be on an AK as well.
At least he can drop an op, right? Without having to
Yeah.
sacrifice something for
But
one of
they're
his
not gonna be going that far.
teammates. Ooh. I wonder why. Why wouldn't you want to give the op to Stadodo, take outside control?
The thing
Right.
is, the op really hasn't been too high impact for Saul. They haven't been playing it towards outside. Most of the time it's been in towards ramp, and even there hadn't really been a commitment from FPX, so I understand why they don't really see they need it. But yet again, early peeks towards outside can always work, but they are trying to at least keep close range with Machiris. But I think they're already looking for him
They
in
need
that
to check
position
red.
as well.
Do they check red here, FPX? Right now.
I'm pretty sure that Madden would pretty much be the candidate to do so, but it is going to be Machiris to at least find one here before being traded back. And then yeah, that's
Chris J,
it.
the
You pretty much have
sacrificial
outside
lamb.
control here.
Hey, Chris J is the sacrificial lamb this game. He's dying every single turn, man. I feel for him. I really do. Sometimes you just have to take one for the team, and luckily in this case, he's...
And I mean,
know,
plenty of
he's-
times that role does go to Chris J. He's the IGL,
Yeah,
he's in behind the stats. Of course, on Dust 2, he was right up there, alongside Zen, alongside Main. But yeah, not this time around. as
Then that was
giving
beautiful.
the other players the time in the spotlight.
Oh no!
Taking it just
Oh
as
no!
they
Sneak
deserve.
off.
Zen, no. It lines up for Just, and there you go. The round crumbles. Now down to 1-1. The nade comes out nicely, but a little bit too far.
Against
It lands
Farley.
in main. And at least it's a 1-on-1. Farley does have the bomb dropping down towards the B bomb, so just as well aware of this. He will not be able to deny the bomb plant here behind the silo. To stay in that position, he gets caught.
Farley. Yeah, I'm
That's
a bit
difficult.
surprised that he actually opens himself up to that corner, but beautifully done by Just. Timing perfect. And that is going to be the 6th round for Saw. We are not done just yet. We are going into the last round for the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, the money for Saw is there to at least go for the op again, if they can afford it. Well, if they will actually afford it. But rather perhaps drop 2 rifles. In any case, an execution on A that was actually well held by Just in this case. The fact that he takes down Zen and Stiko both is what really saves them the day. And then, obviously, the one-on-one victory against Farley gives them the fighting chance. Here we go. No op still. Going to be rifles across the board. With a FAMAS, even on Archie and Stadodo. And FTX focusing hard towards lobby. Looks like they are actually inclined in going towards the A side again, perhaps, as a single player is outside there. Does Chris J check the corner?
Surely
Yes, he
does,
does.
and he does find success there as well. Materius starts shooting a little bit too early. And it looks like only 2 body hits in towards Chris J, who actually finds the headshot. So it is going to be his early advantage. Not that you're really going to be working off the back of that entry towards outside. They might actually tend to readjust to that as well, as they are preparing the smokes. Then looking to go inside, only kind of the support plate, helping out Chris J. This right now might also trigger a push in towards lobby, and they're aware of that. They're still waiting. Just is actually thinking about it.
Oh, Just, this off angle, perfect. I love this from Just. He's taking the advantage of these rounds, of these moments where there's a moment of quiet, the moment of peace, right? And FPX are not expecting any sort of aggression. Chris J getting caught as well. What is going on here? Why is FPX going in 1-by-1 in this round? Farley drops like this is literally 1-by-1. What is going on here? FPX, you know better than that. And it's down to Madden. And he's certainly mad about this one, as it is 15 seconds left. Last round coming together. A 1v2 just in, on backside. And of course, Stadodo in hut. And there it is. 7-8. It's not the best, but they'll have to make do with what they have. FPX going onto their CT side, though, is what really will be a scary side to work with. Because Saw, we saw them on Dust. They were a little bit lackluster on T side. They had a few executions, yes. But dealing with the CT side of FPX and their consistent performance individually, it's going to be crazy. Madden at 20 frags as well in the half. Holy hell, he's really putting up a show.
Yeah, he was the decisive player yesterday as well, of course, for them to even be in the semi-final. And he shows up today as well.
well, try and guarantee another grand final. What, just their second tournament that they're participating in. Right now, though, Chris J pushing in the aggression that we already saw on Dust 2, and this might be the first time that they actually take a pistol round W right now, though. Chris J and Farley both
Or
down in the
do
exact
they?
same position. Madden at least back down to keep the advantage here on FPX. 3 on 2, they know exactly where everybody is at. They do drop down towards the B bomb site. That is at least the bomb. The best way down, and Roman almost catches Zen. They have now been able to successfully isolate both players. Roman well known. Madden also well aware that these kinds of situations have backfired for them before, so let's just let him come down to 2 HP. How is Roman even still alive, as the door is going to be played with here? And Madden finds that last kill as well. FPX defused the bomb. And it's the first time that they actually win a pistol here.
Yeah, that's the funny part, isn't it? And the worst of all for Saw is the fact that they win the first pistol in the series, and it's the second half with an 8-7 advantage ending for FPX. That is perfect, because now it builds up a little bit of character, it builds up a little bit of space. It will be a full buy coming out from Saw, and surely FPX expect this. I mean, they're pretty much on point, or have been on point with predicting what Saw will be doing, though reactions are a little bit indifferent. But, oh, what is this? Oh, excuse me, Stiko. Troublesome spot.
And Farley does at least find the first. Roman does trade things back, and of course Saw now trying to go down towards the B bomb site where they've seen success before, but this time out, of course, still Stiko ready and waiting. And right now, FPX taking a lot of space in towards lobby as well. And towards outside. They might just get punished for that. Madden, though, finds one. Stuko's able to isolate this into 2 separate potential 1v1s, as Roman, the bomb currently still being down, working hard to try and recover that. He is going to be in that position. But still, Stiko tapping away, doing damage. And in behind already, Zen waiting. That's the bomb dropped again. And Chris J also making use of that MP9, means 10 rounds for FPX. And, well, they do open things up with 2 in a row at the start of this second half. Now on towards double digits. And the fact that they got 8-7 in that first,
Yeah,
should generally be enough for them then as well.
few pistols, Tech 9s, P250. We have a smoke and 2 flashbangs. And is this an outside take? Because it looks like it. Yeah, they're going up heaven through silo. I love this. They might be able to drop down on a unsuspecting Farley, but he pulls out the USB. Actually, he only has the USB. What? Okay. He only has the USBs. But instead, FPX have a few more teammates next to him that can help him out with his little problem. Here we go. First gun round that's going to actually make a difference, or at least tell the tale of where this map is going. Ladies and gentlemen, Saw is now on their last leg when it comes to staying alive for this best of 3, really. And I say that because you don't want to let FPX get up to 14-15. You definitely don't want to let them have an advantage. As we can see, FPX, they're looking good, but they're not out. They're not winning just yet. So Saw, this is the opportunity they were waiting for. They can stop it right here. And they will look for a bit of a default, splitting across through lobby, through outside, with a single player on silo, as far as I can tell. Not even on silo, actually. Motiris is just down, classically. And Chris J pushing huts? Jesus. What is FPX eating today? Aggression
A little bit
beans?
too aggressive there, but Madden also going to get caught by Just. And that's the thing now, where FPX could have started to run away with that. They don't need to go aggressive. At least at this time, 1 minute and 10 still to go. Stiko still looking for an entry towards ramp. Now going to be taking damage. Does fall back, but not really too far. Looking for one more as Stadododan does find that kill as well. And it's down to Farlik and Zen. And I'm not the biggest fan of this round for FPX. No one is still up above. Can they deny the bomb plant? No, they cannot.
This should be a save.
Not only
yeah.
the smoke be coming in.
Just get the hell out of there, save what you can. Well done by Saw, by the way. Very well done. The fact that they can get this gun round cleanly, even. I
Yeah,
won't
but at the same
lie.
time, they don't need to do too much. I mean, it's two players being aggressive by
Exactly,
themselves.
exactly.
The other player, Stico, in towards ramp, is peeking them aggressively as well. So it's not like Assault really needed to do anything. It's just FPX.
You took the words out of my mouth,
Yeah.
effectively so, yeah.
I mean-
Saw were given this round effectively.
Yeah,
Almost.
All they had to do is press mouse 1 and be
Stay alive.
on their heads.
Well, it's more than anything, cover the crossfires.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they were in those situations one by one, but yeah, I just don't understand it. It's small things like that where FPX, surely against a team like Saw, you
Should know
can-
better, right?
Yeah, but like here you can at least afford to do something like that. And yes, you might get punished, but as soon as you head off to the bigger events again, which surely is going to be their target, they want to get towards the top 15, top 10 of CS again. So if you make mistakes like that, you are going to get punished, and those are the small mistakes that are then going to keep you outside.
One could argue that's not exactly a mistake, but an intentional play, and indeed it was. But in essence, it is a mistake because it costs your player a lot, right? And effectively the round. So yeah, I agree with you. Luckily, Saw aren't able to punish every single thing out of FPX. But if they were, this would have been a done deal already. In any case, the entry given to the side of FPX, or at least taken, as Stadoto is caught in Squeaky. We do have FPX now playing a little bit of a defensive posture. They're not really looking to take immediate control of anything, as they did lose B side, though. That's the one thing. Arki was able to drop down into vents immediately, and now the flank. Oh, wait a second. Did FPX not even realize he went down vents? Oh, this is perfect. Goodbye, Stico. You're about to be knifed, or at least, if at the very least, headshotted in the back.
Just
I
get
love
the
this.
headshot. I don't care about the extra cash right now, and neither should the teams right now for Salt, as he is going to get that kill. Stico falls, and Arki. This
Here comes the
opens
big
up the
push.
round, and right now Zen, along the rest of the side, they are rotating down the outside of the bomb spot and still need to find some way to re-enter.
Oh, look at this. Arki. His position is perfect because he has an off angle, and anybody coming in through short, it's easy, and this should be a save. FPX need to pull away. They cannot get this control back in their hands. Madden, he comes in hot, tries to get one, and he actually gets one, but the after plant already being set by Saw. One on ramp, one on site, and one, I believe, on rafters or catwalk more specifically. And that shall be 9-11. Saw, they're making this happen. And it's thanks to Arki and his flank through vents that he's able to get that kill in the back of Stico. And that's the mistake that we talked about just now, right? This is it. FPX, it's not necessarily aggression that is the mistake. It's maybe just the fact that they don't realize, oh, we lost vents. Somebody could have jumped down. Well, yeah, that's it. That was it. They missed it, and they pay the price for it. As now we have a... Oh, well, Krish has enough for a buy. Farley can drop something. Zen can drop. This is a buy. This is definitely a buy coming out, for certain. The question, though, is, can they make it a victory? Or will it be, again, with Saw taking it home and driving this one to a tie? In any case, let's see. Why? What? Okay, for the love of God, can somebody please explain to me why wouldn't they give at least an SMG to Stico? And I get that he's good with the Deagle, yeah, sure, but you've just invested a lot into this round. Why not at least give him something to work with? Farley, great start, though.
I mean, I understand that. There's always that sentiment along these pro players. I'd much rather be on a Deagle than the SMG. Although,
That's
realistically as
true.
well, Stico's angle is close range towards ramp, so he could theoretically work a lot better with an SMG on a close range. But right now, at least Chris J, alongside the rest of his team, also still finding another. And Farley keeping an eye on the A bomb site does help out there. Stico's now going to be in behind. And Arki, plus he does find one, and Roman also chimes in. The door right now is still closed. That's bomb dropped. And still, Stico should be able to hold on to this, but Zen is to his side as well, just in time, as he does find that 12th round for FPX. And at the end, the Deagle was all Stico really needed. Still, of course, an expensive round for the CTs. But they do win it, and they won't be phased by it. Neither will the Ts, though, because they had some convincing rounds prior to that. And well, they're looking to close this one out within regular time. Was our game on the A stream? Gambit up against VP has now actually gone to OT.
I've just seen it, man. It's amazing. Holy
Gambit
smokes.
2-0 right there.
It's insane.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, we kind of talked about it yesterday, but let's see where this is still headed. So this is an important round for them. Remember what I said previously, like what was 3 or 4 rounds ago, where I did say that they have to start winning these gun rounds, and they have to win them now, not later, not not after, but now, right now. In FPX, they've left control of Secret, so they now know that there's a good chance there's already a few players embedded down in towards B. As Stiko is making his way to set up on site, there should be a second player joining him in soon. As the execution of Saw for the B site is coming, they'll be ready for this. They'll check Stiko and they'll get a free kill on him. I can guarantee you that much. If they have a player coming in from short, there's the spray down. That's what I'm talking about. They will check him, they will get him. It's easy as that. As Chris J comes in hot, gets 2 players low, but it's not enough just yet. Archie gets 1 more, and Chris J, you can't do anything in this case. 2v3 should be another save, surely.
Yeah, Chris J at least does find 1 before he does drop. But yet again, as you say, yeah, it's gonna be a save. They're just too far away. They cannot really help it with that.
By the way,
End of it.
I wanted to say the reason why we don't see them buy is because if in case they would needed to rebuy in the round previous, for example, they would have easily been able to afford a rebuy, and that's what we see here, for example, right? That's why they didn't take the rifle for Stiko in the round previous, but unfortunately, it didn't really help them much. So 10 to 12 should be. Well, Zen has enough to drop 2 of the weapons, so I'm thinking a buy again. Stiko has double eco, Chris J has double eco. Like, I think this is a buy again. Like, Zen just dropped 2 rifles. Nope, never mind. Gonna be Deagles.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Only Deagle's going to be invested with that.
Fair enough.
And I think that's slightly stronger as well, because at least then you don't push the economic problems on to further rounds. And you might as well just see, okay, well, if it is going to be 12-12, then at least we're back in the driver's seat. We're back in with the money at their disposal. And that's really what we are going to be looking at.
Yeah.
Still, Farlig towards outside is in trouble, because there's not only 1 player way back, but also on top of Silo, but he spots him immediately. Roman, he was jumping around yet again.
Madden.
That's what cost
This
him his
angle.
life as well.
Madden.
Yeah, at least they don't push in
so
towards
close.
Madden there.
I had my butt clenched already. FPX. They're kind of relying on a few pesky corners to work for their favor, and they...
Madden right now with the timing in towards lobby as well does do damage, but not the kill, and right now just not going to get caught either by Stiko.
What?
Stiko does find 1, looking for more, does do further damage to Maturius, and he could have easily fallen at that stage. It is going to be 3-on-3.
Oh,
Zen coming up from B could be chilling down below.
He needs to stay alive, though.
Yeah, and that's the better call as well. Fall back. As right now, still 45 seconds, and FPX definitely in with a good chance at actually taking this round. Where do Saw
As
actually
long
want
as
to
Zen
push
stays
down
alive,
towards the B bomb sites.
this is a winnable round for them. Zen
Right
has
now,
to
the
survive.
timing here is going to be crucial. Molotov
that
nicely done.
nade.
The nade to follow in as well. And there you go. Not doing as much damage on the nade, but he does find the kill on the Molotov. And there you go. That pretty much shows, okay, it is going to be the B bomb site. And Zen maybe delay a little bit further, find 1 more kill, and he's not going to do so. But at least it's back down to a 2-on-2.
Bye,
Bomb
Farley.
gets to be planted, but Arky gonna catch Farlig. The bomb gonna get caught by Chris J though. And there's no time now. Chris J is a god right now.
Wow. Chris
Trying
J.
to, of course, go for that kill, but it doesn't matter. FPX make it 13-10.
That is going to hurt in the morning. Absolutely, Chris J. He plays it like a god there. He walks into short, into decon, opens the door, prevents the plant, and is like, oh, it's 5 seconds. Ah, you can't do it anymore, mates. And see you later, alligator. Wow, what a round from Chris J. Even though he's been the sacrificial lamb for the most part for FPX on the T side, he's done some he's had some great strides here on the CT and definitely saving the day more than once. In any case, FPX, aggression seems to be their home turf, and they're going to be going into an aim play by Saw, and let's see if they can hold it on. Chris J blinded, gets 1 still, holding the line, but no, Martin gets caught wide open, not a single strike to his name, as Farley is tagged, but is still operational. Stiko,
Oh, Zen.
this is far from being
Timing
done.
there is going to be so important. Flashback to try and help him out, and Roman
wait, that's
is
the
going to get
bomb.
caught because of it. Oh, the flashback was brilliant, and it is
Oh
going to be
my
FPX
lord.
to close it out right after. And yes, of course, Saw, they were troubled in that round, but the way that FPX play it through and the way that they get that W, they're now at 14, and Saw, realistically here, they have to force into it. They're not going to be playing for OT, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
Well, Saw are putting everything on the line, and yeah, like you said, OT is a far away place that I don't think they can afford saving up for. In any case, it is going to be a very one-sided show of hand here. Chris J, Tech 9 only. I love his balls of steel here, man. He is so determined to play with pistols, to play with, well, basically no actual effective weapons close range, but this Tech 9 could be absolutely devastating, and he will do okay. Gets one. Farley the second. The cross covered from Rambo. And it looks like that's going to be more than enough right now from the side of FPX. That is 15. And that is series point now, as Saw is about to be eliminated from the tournament in the semi-finals of Snow Sweet Snow. The second, well, the other semi-finals still going on, with Gambit currently leading 17-16 at the end of first overtime. Whilst here, we have a 15-10 result and 5 rounds in a row for Saw to pull it into overtime, or we are going to be seeing the end of them in this very moment. Let's see how it goes. Single Galil and 4 pistols.
Let's see what those pistols can actually still do. Quick push down towards B-bombs to Chris J. How is this even happening? So aggressive in his own position. And right now, then he's going to be the first player to be caught, and they're going to be well aware. Okay, one player's down towards B. Where do they actually go from this? But Mad does spot out Maturis, so it is still going to be down to a 4-4. Does he win that battle? Yes, he does, up against the Dodo. So this regains control on B. Players are currently going towards ramp, and there's only one player waiting for them there. It is going to be Farley, flashed off the angle for
as long
first,
as he doesn't
but still
die, and indeed he doesn't.
hits that shot.
Yeah. These shots are easy for him. 2v4, this is it. Saw 1 round away from being eliminated from the tournament. And as we can see, I think that this 1 round is pretty much here already. It's just a question of when and not if. In any case, Roman and Arky, 45 seconds, crossing ramp now.
Yeah, and right now, Stiko still holding on. Up from observation here on the stairs, has been spotted out, but at least he makes himself known and says, okay, well, it's not going to be easy as that. Still, Arky is going to find that one headshot. Bring things back to a 3-on-2. Bombs still needing to be planted here, and it will. 20 seconds still to go. Madden. Nade here could, of course, also open up the door, as right now he is going to be taken out, but Arky now, 12 HP, needs to open the door himself. And Chris J is going to catch him off guard. It is going to be FPX, the first confirmed participant heading into our grand final. As with that, I think we all expected them to make it this way as long as they showed up. And with a 16-13 on the map pick of Salt and a 16-10 here. Definitely convincingly so as well. However, it will only get more difficult. Both of the CIS teams that are still in the other semi-final are a big challenge. I think both Gambit and VP should be stronger, but we'll see who is actually going to be that challenger there, as that could also head to another OT or potentially another map, depending on who wins that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this has been one hell of a series we just had. Saw unfortunately couldn't beat FPX. Dust was their choice. They failed to deliver. They had the ample opportunities to take it. Unfortunately, they came up short, and the individual performance out of FPX was just that much better. And we talked about this, how individualism will come into play in a match like this, where, you know, obviously Madden, Stiko, Farley, if they can hit their shots, it's going to be very hard to lock them down, even with great team play that SAW do have. And I'm happy that SAW are playing at this level, and they've made it to the semifinals, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
They're playing up against some great teams, some great players, and you can't be mad about this or sad about this. It happens. Better luck next time for them, and I'm sure we'll see even better performance out of them next time. But as you can see, as Tyler already mentioned, this is the first finalist in Snow Sweet Snow #1. FunPlus Phoenix, congratulations to the team as they make it to the finals themselves from a very, very hard bracket that they had to fight through. Forza and now SAW as well. But it was a little bit easier in the semis, at least. In any case, the second semifinals is still going on. 17-17 currently in overtime. Go check it out at TEB TV, the mainstream. Jay and Dwag are casting that, and give them some love. For myself and Tyler, that's actually it. We're done for the first iteration of Snow Sweet Snow, my dude. And I mean, it's been a pleasure, my dude. I loved it. And I hope we're going to be back next time and the next series or tournaments even stronger.
Yeah, and I think FPX, they deserve that as well. Of course, they were one of the invited teams into these playoffs straight away.
Yeah.
So were SAW. And at the end of it, well, SAW, they only had to play, or only got to play 2 best-of-3s. FPX get to play a third one for their maybe share of those $40,000 as a first prize. And yeah, in the end, we'll have to see against who they have to face off. Thank you guys for having us on. And that...
It's been a pleasure. Tyler, sorry to
Exactly.
interrupt you. With that, go check out the social media of ours. Shameless self-plugs, T_golf and myself at Overseard. And until the next time, until we return back, we love you all. Be well. And a big thank you from the whole production crew of Relog, from Grid, and everybody else who's worked on this tournament. To you guys watching, make sure to jump on the mainstream. The game is still going on, and the finals will be right after that. Until then, we'll see you guys in the finals and the next time. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.